Well, just how do you feel about being newcomer of the year?
Pretty cool honor. Obviously blessed, put in a lot of work, and couldn't have done it without the guys on the team. It's a pretty cool honor. He was just telling me who I was in company with, just from at least the past in Montana State. So, pretty good group of guys, and yeah, super happy to be part of this team. Couldn't have done it without any of those guys. So,
Yeah, one of your coaches, Sean, was the last one to do it. So
yeah,
have you talked to him at all about that honor, or just being able to come in and have success here?
yeah, we haven't even talked about it just because I literally just found out, and then we'll probably talk about it once I get back into the building. But no, it's obviously really cool, and Sean was a hell of a player, so happy to be in that company with him.
I guess just what has this year meant to you as a whole, and it culminating with the newcomer year? How reflective are you of this season so far?
Yeah, obviously, like there's been a lot of ups and downs, and we all talk about how we started off 0-2, and there's been practices where we come in and you know didn't have the best days, and you're kind of down on yourself, but we just came in and worked every single day. Everybody on the team's brought the mentality of having a chip on our shoulder every single day. So, very proud of the guys and the trajectory we've had this season. Yeah.
How do you feel like you've kind of grown maybe from summer fall camp to
Yeah, grown a lot. Just I think more of my um, I guess confidence within the system has grown a lot. Coach Sturbick put me in the right places. I didn't. I felt like I didn't have a great start of fall camp. You know what I mean? And, I wasn't playing to the best of my ability, and just everything kind of started clicking. The guys I could tell believed in me, and guys are making plays for me. So I feel like I've grown, but couldn't have done it without the guys on the team. Um, they're big. They're a big reason why all the success is happening, I guess.
The Peyton Award, you're a nominee for finalist for that as well. So
Yeah,
was that honor like to receive?
awesome. That award's super cool, and I know Tommy won it last year. He deserved it, and I guess it is the Heisman of the FCS. So just to be in the company of all those dudes on that list and all the people that came before me, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of good guys on that list. I looked at the 30 finalists and um, honored just to be part of that award. And Caden getting nominated for the Buck Award, that's super cool. So proud of him too. But I think both Caden and I would sit here and be like, we're on those lists, but I mean, a lot of those other people on the field make it happen, including our coaches. So, yeah.
You were in a rivalry game almost exactly this time last year
Yeah.
With Cal Stanford and got into that game. Obviously, it was a loss. So now to be on the other end to start and then get a win
Yeah.
on the road this time, how cool was that kind of almost full circle?
Yeah, definitely full circle last year at this point. Like, just kind of didn't really know where I was going with my football career. So, it all comes full circle if you just work hard. Everything happens for a reason, and good things are going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I've never won a conference title in football, maybe freshman year of high school, but just being a part of that and being part of the great rivalry, like obviously coming out on the right side of that is pretty awesome. Just being able to enjoy that with the guys, all the people that it means so much to, meant a lot to me.
Have you had a favorite memory this year so far?
Yeah, I think honestly, like probably probably the Brawl of the Wild was probably my favorite, but I also want like one of my first wins at Bobcat Stadium. I think the first game we won at Bobcat Stadium, winning San Diego, like for some reason that will stick with me for a while, just because kind of first win as an actual starter. Felt like everybody showed out even after we lost Gold Rush, and I don't know that game sticks with me. And yeah, those are two great memories. Yeah.
how do you feel like a young guy like Braden Zimmer has kind of grown through the season?
Yeah, Braden's been doing great. Just every day working his tail off. He's been showing up to the extra meetings we have, just dialed. And I know he's came a long way. Just talking with offensive O line guys, the older guys, they've loved the way he's developed, and I think his confidence has developed so much. Um, he's a future star. You know what I mean? Just one of the best tackles right now in the country as an FCS player, in my opinion, and he's only a redshirt freshman, I believe. So, hell of a player. So happy he's protecting me, and love those guys up front. They're a huge reason why everything's going the way it is right now.
I know there were some musical chairs up front early
Yeah.
on that O line, but just for him, for being a young guy, especially, right, for him to kind of step in and just kind of be that rock on the left side, what has that meant to you?
Yeah, it's meant a ton. He's and yeah, like you said, we were having a little bit of musical chairs at the start of the year, and it was hard for those guys to kind of get into rhythm. But I think Braden was solid. I mean, his first start was at Oregon, and played his tail off, and I knew right away, he was going to be locked in the rest of the season just because he came out against two of the best DNs in the country. But I mean, all those guys, I could just talk about that group for a really long time about all the positive things they've done this year. So super proud to be part of those guys.
Julius, can you speak to him, and especially him getting a couple of fourth downs after South Dakota State, he wasn't able to get them. Just his overall season as well.
Yeah, just tough dude. I think I said early on in the year he's super special. The way when he has the ball in his hand, he's very special. And Julius is a guy that you guys know is very intense. Expects a lot out of his teammates. And I think the thing about Julius is there's not a time in the game where he's going to be down. Like his dial's all the way up every single game, every single play. That's what I appreciate the most out of him. He's not going to let back. And I know he's had a tough career with injuries and stuff. So just to see how he's persevered and kept going, proud of him.
And then being coach of the year, just you've talked a lot about him this year, bringing you in. Just what can you say about him?
Yeah. Well, I saw he wasn't on the Eddie Robinson list, and kind of thought that was a little bit crazy in my opinion. Don't really understand that, but yeah, he deserves it. I mean, won the conference, and he's we follow him. You see how hard guys play for him. He's a great man, and he's earned all the success he has. So just respect him a lot, and yeah.
I know you talked about it before, but obviously Washington Grizzlies is one of the rowdiest environments you guys have been in. What was the communication like with coaches, whether it's the helmet or signals or anything?
Yeah, the helmet comms for me were great. Honestly, could hear my coach pretty clear. Didn't know how that was going to go. Usually when you get into situations like that, sometimes hard to hear a coach, but Coach Cervic did a great job being clear for me. And then a lot of credit goes to JT. I would tell him to play, and then it would go to the O-line, and our guys on the sidelines did great. Our other quarterbacks signaling the play to the receivers and skill guys, so proud of them.